This is Gilgamesh, and I want to talk about this, The Monkey from Osgood Perkins. He wrote and directed this based on the Stephen King short story. In the story, the book, the short story, The Monkey, it has to do with this. The monkey, the wind-up toy that clinks symbols together, but for this movie, he took that and took the monkey, had its mouth, lips on the mouth, and basically it has a drum, and its arms go like, they're like this, and the stick spins, and then it beats. Whenever it stops, someone dies terribly. So yeah, and we start out in the beginning of this movie. Hal, played by, let me get to this, played by Theo James, he plays twin brothers in the movie, and we have, I'm trying to find it, I don't know if they're showing the kid who plays the younger version. They don't seem to have him. So, he plays the uncle, by the way. Their Uncle Chip in the movie. And I'm Tatiana Maslany. She plays Hal and Bill's mother. And she's great in this movie as their mother. I have not seen her as She-Hulk. I didn't watch that show. But what's fascinating is that this is really a horror comedy, and it's done intentionally as a horror comedy. Not going to give away like how the movie ends. It's essentially their father, who I didn't realize was Adam Scott. He doesn't look like Adam Scott. Runs into this store. I guess it's a shop where he got his hands on the monkey in question, and basically wants to give back the guy who's the on no returns. You can't return, and he says, "Don't call it a toy." And he goes, "Well, the hand's up. If the hand comes down," he says, "we are all fucked." So yeah, this is just the beginning of the movie, and oh my god, this is so, and the hand comes down. He starts beating the drum, and you hear this like grinder music, and all of a sudden it stops, and the guy goes, "Well, I don't feel like I'm, as you put it, fucked." Then a rat comes up and basically chews the cord, and a harpoon is shot out through the guy, and after he says, "I don't feel like I am fucked," he looks down the things through him, and then the beats again, and thing pulls his intestines out, killing him. This is the first kill. It's not giving much away. This is them. We meet Hal and Bill. There's a child that plays a younger version of Hal and Bill. It's the same actor, by the way. I thought it was two different actors. No, same actor playing both. Like Theo James, both adult Hal and Bill. And they have a boy that plays the younger version of him, of the two twins with their mom. And we find out their dad he was a pilot, collected a bunch of stuff. That's how he liked to collect things like pilots do, bring things from their travels home. And we find out that the story of he left to get cigarettes and never came back. That's a common story. When fathers decide they don't want to be in the kid's life, they run away. They say, "Oh yeah," the mother will say, "He went to the store to get a pack of cigarettes and never returned." That's common. And like I said, everybody's great in this movie. They don't show the younger actor on here, who plays the younger version of him, of Hal and Bill. But I'm going to say this. The beginning of this is great. I mean, there's a whole where they find the monkey. They don't know the whole horror of it. And it really does. I mean, it's terrifying. This thing's like the devil. And they do point that in the movie, because when you wind it up, like the real monkey toy monkeys. It has cymbals and it goes like this, clanks them, hits them together, and then sometimes it falls over. But for this, it has a drum, and that I would love to see how they got it to have the arms instead of going this way. They went down like this, and how it had the lips to open, because if you actually buy the toy, it already has the teeth showing. Now, just to give a little context to this, if you show your teeth to a monkey, it's a sign of aggression. That's why monkeys will attack that's why monkeys don't do this, because if you show your teeth, they think you're going to fight them. So that's why a monkey will get very angry if you show your teeth. They consider that an act of aggression. But for this movie, it's when the monkey's mouth opens, his mouth opens showing his teeth, it's a sign he's going to fuck everything up. People are going to die, and they do. Actually, I got to say, really, really graphic. Like, over the top. Like, a couple of kills, there's no way the way they go down that they would happen the way they do in the movie. But there's one kill, I mean, wow, when it happens, and you're like, oh my fucking God. I can tell you, it was like, oh, yeah. But it's also very funny. Like, there's, some of the kills are, they're ridiculously over the top to the point that, you do find yourself laughing. And this monkey thing is terrifying. And everybody's, like I said, Oz plays their uncle. Hal and Bill's uncle, and their uncle, his name's Chip. And then they have their aunt, who's also really good in this movie. And I think she's Anna. Let me look this up because I forget the aunt's name for a second. Let me look up, because let me go. I'm like, okay, where's the Wikipedia? Here it is. No, I don't want that. I want the 2000. Trying to find that. Give me a second. I want to look up something because I want to find the actual. Here it is. I'm look up the cast. I'm not gonna give the plot. I just want to see something. Okay, the aunt. I forget her name in the movie. See here you have this Christian right here plays both the young, and one Hal wears glasses, Bill doesn't. That's how you can tell the two apart. And like I said, Osgood Perkins plays the uncle Chip, and trying to find it. Yeah, I'm trying to find. Was Ida? Okay, yeah, Ida. Okay, they do have her in here. This is Ida. She's, ironically, they make her look way different than for the role to play their aunt, because she's like, she doesn't really look like she in the movie. Look at this. This is her, Sarah Levy, but she looks nothing like her character in the movie. It's like, whoa, they really made her different. I didn't recognize at first that Adam Scott played their father at the beginning. And I seriously, somebody else said, was that Elijah Wood? Yes, he's actually in this movie. He's very funny. Everybody's really good. Outstanding performances all the way around. This is, I would say, you got Longlegs and you got The Monkey. Both two of the best movies that Oz Perkins has done. And their mother's great. I mean, like I said, I've not seen her in anything else. And she's just great. She plays their mother, and she's like, after their mother literally says everybody dies. That's really what it comes down to, is that eventually everybody's going to die. The more you fight it, it's like, fight the idea that you're going to be able to hold off death. It's always going to come to get you. And I think that's really the idea of this movie, this horror comedy, is that the monkey represents, you think you can escape your dying, but you're not. This thing's going to make you die. And you can't, like, Hal basically, when he's a kid, at one point he fantasized about killing his brother. then he actually uses the monkey because he's so fed up with the way he's been treated that he literally wants to kill his brother, and doesn't go the way he expects. So yeah, that's not giving anything away. Like I said, I'm not gonna ruin this film. People must see this. This is a fantastic fucking movie. Everybody's great in it. This is Hal's ex-wife, and I'll just say this: he's worried the monkey basically has been killing off their family. Oh yeah, and killing a bunch of other people. So he worries that if his son's around him, which is Petey, which ironically is their father's first name. Petey's great. Like I said, everybody's great in this, but Colin here, playing Hal's son, he is really good because it's kind of like, he finds out his father just lies to him a lot because of, he's afraid to tell him what's going on. He thinks that being around him will get him killed and everything. And I was laughing hard at the kills. I mean, like I said, there are a couple of kills that are just like, holy crap, that would not actually happen. But you're laughing because it's so funny the way that they did it. And Oz Perkins playing Uncle Chip, when we see him sitting down talking to Hal, it is hilarious. Everybody laughs because he literally goes, yeah, you're going to come and live with, Chip. He literally says Chip and Aunt Ida, and says, brings up they like to sit around and not move unless they're doing something. And he says it in the third person, like he's actually talking about Chip and Ida, and says that, oh yeah, they don't have kids and that they're essentially, it's because they're swingers. And says that they're going to do everything for them, but it might be shit, essentially is what he said. It's very funny. And so, like I said, I'm not giving anything really away about this movie. It's one you have to really see because, I'm like, wow, he made a horror comedy from a Stephen King story absolutely work. This movie's not even that long. It says it's 138 minutes long. It doesn't feel like that. It's paced very well. It's got great cinematography. It has a great soundtrack. I mean, score is extremely well done. I mean, this is a great cast, by the way, and he's great. Nico Del Rio plays this rookie priest. When he comes on, he makes you laugh your fucking ass off because he's just like, I recommend to see this movie because you will love the fuck out of it. People were clapping at the end when I saw it. They were clapping, and I'll just give this. You get a lot of companies involved in this movie. And I think that's sort of a play on the whole, like how many companies were involved in producing this movie. Yeah. And the score of this is so good. It made me think of a certain old, I forget, one of the most famous composers. It's got a great score. It's beautifully shot. So yeah, and I would really see it. This monkey is terrifying. See, in real life, I'll show you the monkey toy. Yeah, because so you understand that what they did was essentially, here it is. This is the monkey in the story. This is the actual this is what the monkey looks like right here. This is the symbol. I do believe in the book, in the story, the monkey. This is essentially, they changed it, but if you look carefully, there's a version of this which has the mouth open, where you see his teeth and everything. I do know that, like right here it is. So you see but it's not open as much as like in this movie. The mouth, they open it, see they have it so that it shows like that looks terrifying. This, you can see the lips and you see the mouth. Trust me, this thing scared the fuck out of people because look at it, it looks terrifying. But then you take it and you turn it into this fucking, this thing. This is way bigger, I think, than this monkey in real life. Because you look at it, it's like, yeah, it sits there and clinks these cymbals, and they made it more terrifying. This is way more terrifying for the movie. That's where the horror comes in. This thing is like evil. Like they even say it's literally the devil, and yeah, it's like so. It's not just winding it up; it's the fact that it knows when to act, and it does this several times where they try to get rid of it. It keeps showing up. It's like got the that's giving nothing away. I'm not telling you. I'm not going to tell the end of this movie. This is one you have to see. It's so perfect of a horror comedy that everything about it. I know Chris Gordon, he liked it, but he didn't think it was great. Jeremy Johns enjoyed it, but he didn't think it was perfect. But I thought it was well written. The acting was great. Everybody did a fantastic job. The humor's there. The kills are great and over the top, which is what you want. They're practical. There is a tiny bit of CGI for blood, but it doesn't ruin. I know exactly where Spooky Astronaut was saying. It doesn't take it out of the movie because most we're talking over the top kills, things that in reality would not be possible. And like I said, the cast is amazing. I've seen Theo James and other stuff, but this is probably the best acting, some of the best acting from him. And like I said, I didn't realize Adam Scott was in this movie until I saw the credits. Oh, he's the father at the beginning of the movie. Oh my God, that he, like I said, they made Sarah Levy look way different. Like they made her look like I think they did something to make her not look like Sarah Levy here. When you look at her, it's like this is she. It's weird. Whatever little thing they did, it could have just been makeup, whatever. They made her look actually somewhat different than she is. And I was like, well, they aged her too. They definitely used prosthetics to make her look older for the movie. Because they begin the movies at a certain time when these are kids, and then 25 years later we come to when they're adults. And how this monkey has screwed both Bill and Hal their lives up. And yeah, again, it's a fantastic movie. I highly recommend seeing it. So this is Gilgamesh. I will talk to you later. Bye.